Hey guys, so today is finally the day. Welcome to the opening of Halloween Horror Nights. I am so excited. We're gonna be checking out all the food, we're gonna be going through the scare zones, and we're gonna get through as many houses as possible today. But I'm just so excited. The energy is palpable. There's so many people already here, and let's just get into it. Let's go. We're here pretty early just to be ready for the opening ceremonies, and they've actually changed things up this year. So this middle area right in front of the gate is just barricaded off, and you can watch the opening ceremonies from here, but you're not in a line. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. So we're T-minus like an hour until the opening ceremonies, and one thing that we're noticing that's really weird this year is there's not like a super giant crowd. Like normally this line gets all the way up to like the NBC grill, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing something? Maybe a lot of people went to premium night last night? I have no idea what's going on.
To our realms of horror! For 33 years, your screams have been collected within the depths of the universal, weakening the veil between our world and yours. And now we have emerged from the shadows to spread our hellish grasp in the place where horror lives. Enter an unimaginable nightmare, plagued by our most disturbing thoughts and fueled by the cries of unfortunate souls. Venture forth and encounter the terrors that lurk beyond. They wish to inflict mental torment and physical pain. These weeds of sinister pain and twisted means of surreal domain. They are the shadows within the storm. They strike unforgiving fear in your heart. And now, the time for promotion has arrived. This night of horror belongs to
Let's go! There's the Wanta Hanta Fanta booth. It's huge.
And a hot dog isn't even until here.
Yeah, I know, you gotta bite to the side.
Fell off.
I need the head. What the heck?
Like, we almost did fork. That's really good.
So, the Korean corn dog is huge again. So like, this is actually a returning favorite from last year. This sucker is just as good as it was last year. This is a solid like 8 out of 10 for me value-wise for Universal. $11.99. This sucker is huge. This will get you good for the whole night. Like, this will get you there. So the Stay Puft guy, honestly, I thought he was gonna be kind of stunt food, but he tastes like a delicious s'more. My biggest concern with it was I thought it wasn't gonna be perfectly charged. This thing is perfect. Like, it's huge, great portion size for $6.99. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Highly recommend. If you like s'mores, you definitely gotta try this. Overall, Ghostbusters food booth, definitely worth the hype and a great first stop for food. That being said, I'm so full now. We definitely have to go through some scare zones, walk it out before we try anything else. So this is Sinister's Torture Fair. It's like a 2024 Ren Fair, but focused on just torment and physical torture. Like, it's pretty gruesome and pretty wild. Just be prepared, there's gonna be some gore coming up.
No more.
The water's squirting like right out of my tootsie. You got me, dude. You got me. I wasn't expecting that.
Inside. The old souvenirs, hats, tote bags, t-shirts. I stayed it all myself. You like the puppet? I made it.
So this next scare zone is Blumhouse. It's very interesting this year. All the characters and characters are kind of tied to their stages, and they do have like push buttons that they can jump and scare at people, and like it's honestly a big photo op, which is pretty cool. So if you are a big fan of these Blumhouse characters, you can finally get your photo with them. And but yeah, overall it's not really a scare zone per se, but still really cool. Alright, so this next scare zone is the Swamp of the Undead. And I love the details. Like, look at this guy. He looks so good. And the characters themselves are really, really well put together. This is honestly probably one of my favorite scare zones next to Torture Fair. It's between this one and Torture Fair right now, but like, check this out. This next scare zone is called Demon Queens and features Surreal, one of the main icons this year. It's about exploring the fears within your nightmares. Personally, I still need to see the stage show, but this is one of the scare zones this year. Alright, I had such a great time going through all the scare zones and eating some food. I'm gonna eat some more later. Honestly, that corn dog was so much along with the marshmallow. I feel almost sick from how much food it was, which is a weird problem to have for a Universal Halloween Horror Nights event, but still, now that we've done that, I'm gonna walk around a little bit, walk it off, and then get into the houses. Alright, so first house of the night is actually Ghostbusters. We're starting pretty late. We're soaking in some vibes and going through all the scare zones and just, I don't know, enjoying the night. But we're getting ready to get into Ghostbusters. We can't record inside, but we'll talk about it afterwards. Wow, what a fun house. Like, honestly, it wasn't too scary, but the elements and the just attention to detail, just the overall aesthetic of it. It was very, very, very immersive. Like, I can't wait to do this on Unmasking the Horror. If you want to see just photos from inside that house, definitely hit that like and subscribe. But like, overall, such a fun house at Ghostbusters. If you're a huge Ghostbusters fan, unlike me, you're gonna love it. Like, the effects that they use in that thing is just incredible. Also, I love the little mini buff people. So cute. All right, on to our next house, Goblin's Feast. This is the story of like basically Thanksgiving for goblins, and they feast on humans. So apparently we're gonna get tricked to going into a pub and then be eaten. So it's like the story of like what it feels like to be a turkey on Thanksgiving. So this is the line for Goblin's Feast and Eternal Bloodlines, but the thing that's really interesting about it is these are the new tents for Halloween Horror Nights. They look so fancy. And they don't look like mildewy. Nice. All right, we just got out of Goblin's Feast, and it was really pretty. Honestly, it gave me a lot of Blood Moon vibes from last year, but not scary at all. It was definitely very beautiful. Highly recommend you check out the Universal Destinations podcast ahead of time. I can definitely see walking into that house without any context, being like, what the heck is going on? But the podcast explains a lot. It was really cool seeing it come to life after hearing about it in the podcast. So pretty cool house. All right, so next house for the evening is Slaughter Cinema 2. This is actually one that I've already walked through with Unmasking the Horror, and I'm actually really excited to see it come to life. So this is gonna be a story of B movies, just honestly, they're very random stories, but I wanna see it come to life with all of this characters, so let's go. All right, and on to our last house of tonight, actually. So we're gonna probably carry on tomorrow, take out some more houses. We're taking it easy. We're taking it easy. It's a marathon, not a sprint this weekend. So we're on our way to Museum Deadly Exhibit. This is actually another house that I walked through during Unmask the Horror. I'm so excited to see this one come to life, especially the Viking scene.
Multiple outbreaks of disease and famine. In the fall of 2024, over a course of 200 years, and continue to be blamed for multiple outbreaks of disease of 2024.
Wow, museum was honestly just beautiful. I love the way the rot glowed and the just corrupted creatures just looked really cool. It was overall just a really beautiful house. Again, not too scary. Again, this year I thought everything was going to be a lot scarier, but so far I've been feeling pretty good about everything. I haven't done Insidious yet. That was going to be our last house, but there's a wait time we couldn't resist. Let's do some Universal Eternal Bloodline, or Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodline. And we just got out of that one. Oh my gosh, that was really good. Really detailed, very long too. Very just, I don't know. It was just such a beautiful house. You start off with Snope and everything. It's just so immersive and just stunningly beautiful. Definitely highly recommend you check out Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. Great, fantastic story. Again, another podcast that you can listen to. That's actually a 20-minute podcast. And wow, such a fantastic house. That's probably my favorite house so far of Halloween Horror Nights. All right, so kind of a change of plans. Something that's I honestly didn't plan on, but we were thinking about ending a little bit early, but as the night goes on, the wait times have been coming down pretty drastically. So we're gonna try to take advantage of that and get through some of the rest of the houses. Again, if we don't end up finishing it, it's okay. We're gonna come back tonight. We have Rush of Fear. Ironically, I kind of want to get them done tonight just because I have Unmasking the Horror in the morning, so I don't want to hit some houses without seeing it with the lights on without seeing it tonight. So next house that we're actually going to be hitting up is Major Suites. It's a walk-on now. It's a walk-on, so let's go. And that was Major Suites. Honestly, it was a little bit shorter. If you guys were familiar with last year, it was in the same location as the Chucky house, but it felt very dense. It felt a lot longer than the space actually was. They did a great job utilizing what little space they had to build out a longer maze. And honestly, I had the lowest expectations for that house, and it delivered. It was really fun walking through the scare zone right now. But yeah, that was fantastic. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that house. I don't know why, I don't know, it was great. It's just a very dense house. If you guys have been through that house, comment below. What do you guys think of Major Suites? And so our last house of the night is the one that I'm looking forward to the most, A Quiet Place. this has actually been one of the most popular houses all night long. So we're saving it until the end. It's up here in the front too, and I'm so excited for this one. And that was the last house of the night. Quiet Place was stunningly beautiful. The best way to describe it is they gave The Last of Us treatment from last year, that just cinematic beauty and just true to the story for Quiet Place. So definitely need to watch the movies for this. Like,
For sure.
I feel like out of context it'd be kind of weird. What did you think, Ashley?
I loved it. I thought it was really good. I thought very immersive. I loved it because I love the movies. Definitely, if you haven't seen the movies, you probably won't like care as much. Just it's not as scary. But I was very happy with it. I think they did a great job.
Yeah, they did a fantastic adaptation of the movie. And honestly, just like the movie, it wasn't that scary. It was definitely creepy and very immersive. But it wasn't that scary just due to the scale of the creatures.
Yeah.
It kind of limits the amount of movement that they can do just because they're so big. And like, it's beautiful. And again, very, very immersive. Highly recommend that house for sure. It's the most popular house, and it's definitely gonna stay the most popular house. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for tonight. We'll be back. We only have 2 more houses left, so we'll finish through all that. And I have it on unmasking in the morning, so
Nice.
if you're wondering how I got all the photos from inside the house, it's not from this night. It's from tomorrow morning. So let's go to bed. Let's go to bed.
Let's go.
Do we go in the bad way?
All right, so it is day 2 of Halloween Horror Nights. We're back, but we're actually going to show you guys a completely different experience. So yesterday I did opening ceremonies and Ashley did Stay and Scream, but since we saw the opening ceremonies yesterday, we're here to show you guys what Stay and Scream is like and finish off our last 3 houses of Halloween Horror Nights. Maybe try some more food and just soak in more vibes. So I'm excited for this. Stay and Scream is a completely different experience, so if you want to learn more about it, stay tuned.
Was a psychiatrist, Jungian analyst living in the Bay Area, and he said, we had...
Alright, so we're here in our Stay and Scream location. We actually chose Today Cafe. This is honestly the most relaxing of the Stay and Screams. The most popular one this year, of course, is New York. It's where all the big IP houses are, and frankly, it's just straight chaos over there. Normally, Stay and Scream is like a great way to like get into houses ahead of time, kind of have a little bit more of a relaxed experience compared to like being up front for the opening ceremonies. But this year, with just the way everything's structured, it's a little nuts over there. So we're actually going to stay here at Today Cafe. You can actually see a view of Sinister and Surreal as they go up to their stage. You don't see them during the opening ceremonies, but you do get this nice air-conditioned location. You watch some reruns of the Today Show. They have some wine and beers for purchase and sandwiches and stuff. So it's a great way and just a relaxing way to start your HHN evening.
Yeah, and one of the good things about New York is that you can get into the houses ahead of time. They start lining up really early, but it does fill up really quick. Like, we got here a little before 5, and they said they were already at capacity over there. So that's why we're over at the Today Cafe. I like this one. It's nice and chill. And then you could just pop right over to Monstros. We did that yesterday, and it was a 5-minute wait right at the beginning, because that's not one of the Stay and Scream ones. So it was really great with that.
Yeah, and just to clarify, Ashley did Stay and Scream yesterday and did Monstros. I still haven't done Monstros yet today, other than on, ironically, doing Unmasking the Horror. So I've walked through the houses, like all of the houses that we haven't done today. You're fine. But I've actually walked through all the houses that we haven't done today, but with the lights on. And ironically, I'm still scared of Insidious, so we'll talk more about that later. Ooh, last minute security sweep. Let's go.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Alright, park's officially open, and yeah, we're in line for Monstros of Latin America. Let's go. Alright, we just got out of Monstros. Oh my gosh, that is a fantastic house. That's got to be in my top 3 for this year. The storytelling, the artistry, it's so immersive, it's so great. The transitions are really smooth between them with where they're telling the story. Like, overall, such a fantastic house. Honestly, one of the most slept on ones, because a lot of people are skipping this one just because it's an original story. Everyone loves seeing the IPs and movies they love created into life, but I highly recommend doing Monstros. Again, top 3.
This makes sense that they brought this one over from Hollywood because it's really good.
Yeah.
It's such a great story. I love it.
Yeah, fun fact about that too is, also I did Unmasking on it today, a lot of the props are actually directly brought from Hollywood. So the cages that you see, they're from Hollywood, as well as the animatronic La Lechuza, which is that huge animatronic that is actually directly from Hollywood. And this year they have like a new version of El Monstros over there. I'm not sure, we don't plan on going over there, but really cool to see some of those elements coming over here. I can see why it's so popular and why it deserved to be here. Again, highly recommend checking out Los El Monstros, or Monstros of Latin America. Next house is Insidious. It's a 25-minute wait. That's pretty nutty, so we're heading straight over there. I'm so scared of this one. I walked through this one earlier with the lights on, and it still scared me. Like, whew. All right, let's go. Oh my gosh. That one got me. That one genuinely got me. They honestly jump scared me a lot because I was scared the whole time. I was clinging on to Ashley. I have no shame. That thing. They definitely targeted me because of that. So there's your tip. If you act scared in Halloween Horror Nights, they're going to target you. So I definitely got targeted while Ashley. Oh no. Ashley's also much braver than I am at these things.
Always brave.
But overall, it is fantastically detailed.
It's really good.
And if you have seen the movies, which I haven't, I only got the explanation through this house through Unmasking the Horror, but like, it's horrifying. Like, this one is genuinely a scary house.
It's scary, yeah.
And that's coming from a person that last year did Screamageddon, Hallow Scream, like other haunt events. This is on those levels for me. Like, it's really high production like you would expect from Universal, but with proper scare tactics just at full disposal. And like, they also use mirrors with mannequins. Oh, that's what honestly jump scared me earlier this morning. Like, I opened up one of the curtains and there's a mannequin right there just staring at you, and I'm like, oh my god, this is disgusting.
There were characters there. You still got scared.
I got jump scared still this morning, and oh man, this is definitely the scariest house of all of Halloween Horror Nights. And then the next house, which all 3 of these conveniently are next to each other, is the Triplets of Terror. If you're a fan of serial killer podcasts or serial killer like true crime series, this one's for you.
No, you guys should run.
All right, so we just got through Triplets of Terror. We had a pretty unique experience. For whatever reason, it was just us, like our small group of friends, and it was pretty good. It was very, very short. Weirdly enough, the shortest house of Halloween Horror Nights. And story-wise, it's still the same, so if you like true crimes, there you go. But very, 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 very short. And I don't know, I think I'm going to need to go through that one again to maybe appreciate it, but not my favorite this year. Not my favorite. And with that, we've completed every single house at Halloween Horror Nights, but the experience is still not over. All right, so this is actually my first year watching Nightmare Fuel in like 2 years. But if you don't know what this is a dance show with special effects that has a huge cult following and is just one of the just staples of Halloween Horror Nights. This did replace, or replace the thing after Bill and Ted. Yeah, Academy of Villains. Yeah, so this is, yeah, so this is like an original dance show, and yeah, got a pretty good seat. That show is absolutely incredible. Honestly, there are no videos or photos that could do it justice. You definitely have to come out and see it for yourself. It's honestly unlike anything that we've seen before. Like, it's not just a dance show. Like, honestly, it was kind of burlesque before, but it's completely different now. There's magic, there's special effects, there's pyrotechnics, it has everything for everyone. There's acrobatics. It's absolutely incredible and something you definitely have to see during this year's Halloween Horror Nights. All right, so that's going to be a wrap from us here at Halloween Horror Nights, but that's not going to be the end of Halloween Horror Nights content. It's the beginning of the season. This is day 2. So definitely hit that like and subscribe. I plan on posting a story guide video, so all the stories you need to know coming to Halloween Horror Nights, maybe some pro tips, and more food guides coming from this year's Halloween Horror Nights. There's a lot of food to get through. And the portion sizes are so big that I'm honestly struggling to like eat them all, so. But yeah, I'm super excited. Ashley, what are your top 3 houses this year?
I would say Insidious, Monstros, and then I like Goblin's Feast. It was very fun.
Yeah, for me, top 3 were Goblin's Feast, Monstros, and Universal Monsters, and in no particular order. Every time I go through them, they're like my number 1. Every single time it's like, yep, that's my number 1. So comment below if you've been to Halloween Horror Nights this year. What are your top 3 Universal Monsters? And again, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.